Hey, I'm back. Sorry. I had to get a drink of water because I'm still getting over a cold. But anyway, so back to my point. What I was saying is that, people would want to go out with me, three-footing and prospecting and recruiting new people into the business because they'd say, you're not afraid of anybody. You're not afraid to go out and talk to anyone. Or you're not afraid. You'll just talk to anybody in the street and whatever. And I would laugh and go, you know what? That is so funny that people think that because I was just as afraid as anyone else. I didn't want to go and talk to complete strangers and tell them about this opportunity, even though it was a great opportunity. I didn't want to tell them about this business, even though it was a great business. Why not? Because I didn't want to get shot down. I didn't want to be told no. I didn't want to be looked at crossways like, are you kidding me, chick? Like, get out of here. Why are you bugging me? I'm out here shopping with my kids or whatever. So I did it anyway. I got awards. I got recognized in a huge convention in Atlanta with 50,000 people there and on stage and getting plaques and awards and all this kind of stuff. And I did it anyway because I knew it's what I had to do to get the results I wanted to get. So I'm a results driven person. So I kind of have the ability to say, you know what? If this is what it takes to get the job done, then that's what I'm going to do. So I did it. But it didn't stop me from being afraid. So that's what I want to tell you about in your own life. There's going to be opportunities for you to be afraid. There's going to be opportunities where you can just shrink back in fear and say, it's just not worth it. I'm not going to put myself out there. I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to be rejected, and whatever. And I'm not just talking about business, although I'm known for my business acumen, but I'm just talking about in general and in life. There are also three things that scientists say. They say we have a fight, flight, or freeze response to fear. So what that means is when you're afraid, you will either take off like you're getting it out, you're booking out of there like, I'm out. Or you will fight. You'll stand there and you'll go, you know what, I don't care. No matter what it is, I'm going to fight my way through it and nothing's going to stop me because even though I'm afraid, I'm going to fight through this anyway. Or you will freeze. You will become so paralyzed with fear that you can't take either action. You can't fight and you can't take flight. So you will freeze, and then a lot of times you will be moved by the circumstance because you froze. And that's the same thing in life. It's like when you don't take action, when you don't make decisions because you're afraid, you can just let so many opportunities pass you by. So one thing I always like to do, and it's called a little game I play. I've taught my kids this, so it might help you. It's called best case, worst case, and most likely to happen scenario. So real quick, it's just looking at anything. Let's say you have a job interview and you really are really stressing about the job interview. Okay. So you can look at it and go, I don't know how I'm going to do. And you can imagine all this stuff in your head like, oh, what if I fail? This is like the 9,000th job interview I've gone on and I've sent out 20 million resumes and nobody's contacted me. They're not getting back to me. And you can get really discouraged and you can be afraid to go into this next opportunity. Well, with the method that I'm talking about, you would look at the opportunity and say, okay, what is the worst case scenario? You get in there, the person that's interviewing you is like, oh my God, you suck. I hate you. Your resume sucks. You're the worst person ever. Why are you here? You're stupid. And I don't even like your outfit. And I want you to really exaggerate the worst case because it kind of helps us get our fear into perspective when you do that. And then you can say, what's the best case? You walk in there, and from the second you walk in, they're like, oh my gosh, you're perfect. Just looking at you, they saw your resume, and you're just, oh my gosh, you're just everything we wanted. And not only are we going to hire you, but we're going to give you a sign-on bonus, and you're getting a corner office. Best case scenario, right? And so then I like to go to what's most likely to happen. Well, if you're qualified for the job and you've dressed the part and your resume fits the qualifications that they're looking for, more than likely they will say, come on in, sit down. They'll interview you like any normal interview. You'll put your best foot forward because today we're eradicating that fear. And this will be a different opportunity for you, possibly. And they will say, you know what, you're great, and we'll get back to you. And they get back to you, the next day and say, hey, you're hired, you can start on Monday. And everything, goes really well. Or maybe they'll say, you know what, you really don't fit what we're looking for right now, but we're going to keep your resume in mind. So when you kind of put things in perspective, stop letting your mind run away with you so much. We all do it. I've done it. I've had to make a lot of life-altering decisions where I was terrified. I, left a marriage that I was, with my husband for like 16 years, and we had kids and a beautiful home and a great company and all these things, but it wasn't what was best for me. And ultimately, it wouldn't have been what was best for our children because it just wasn't a good situation. So I had to make a decision to leave my house, 18-room house, and go move into a 3-bedroom apartment. But that was after months of sleeping on, the couch and my brothers or my sisters or, friends, and hanging out with people and just saying, okay, what do I need to do? And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. There are, I made the decision to start my own business when the economy was bad the first go around. And it was like, okay, well, I was afraid. We didn't know how we were going to pay the bills. We didn't have health insurance. All those things kind of went out the window when we decided to start our own business. But you know what? I said, we're going to do it anyway. And we did it. And we turned that little dream into a multi-million-dollar multi-million-dollar IT firm. So the point of this little conversation today is whatever you're afraid of, let it go.